moral consequences of not doing anything about global warming, no? And the people that are supposed to suffer a lot because of not dealing with global warming, especially the poor people in Africa and in many places that are very affected by rising sea levels or lack of vegetation or food. But my question is, maybe they're wrong, but wouldn't you just would like to bet that they're right for the, don't you think it's much more beneficial? I mean, obviously it's not for the people that have oil companies, but you and many other people, wouldn't you just want to bet that they're probably right, that most of the scientific community is right about global warming, and you would like to change how we live and change resources? Like, would you just want to bet for that?
Well, look, I come from a poor country, India, right? India is trying to go from being a third world country to being a second world country. Now, what this means in terms of human welfare is we're talking about hundreds of millions of people going from starvation to basically having 1 or 2 meals a day, right? We're not talking about becoming rich. We're talking about a country climbing out of the most degrading type of poverty. India cannot do it without energy, without oil, without essentially the lifeblood of an economy. India and China, the two greatest human success stories in the world in the last 30 years, have come up by massively increasing their demands on world energy. They need it desperately. Poor Brazilians desperately need land, and they need farming, and they need logs, and they need timber, and they need paper. So these resources are not some world luxury. They're the very basis of the poorest of the poor, the wretched of the earth, climbing up in the world. So it's a complete fallacy to see the global warming debate as between oil companies and idealistic environmentalists. That locates the whole debate in the West, as if it's just some argument between Exxon and Brandeis. No, that's not where the fight is taking place. Poor countries need stuff to grow. They need food. They need fertilizer. So if you start classifying no fossil fuels, no this, no that, tax on this, tax on that, no oil, the point is you're not hurting the rich guys. I don't care about Exxon. You're actually hurting all these poor people who need this stuff to come up. That's why you'll never see big global warming demonstrations in Mumbai unless they're staged by the government. They'll never occur. Just like you never see protests against multinational corporations in Mumbai. You go try and you put up a sign that says Nike, and the next day there'll be 500 people standing in line. Why? So I'm simply trying to alert you as someone who's grown up on the other side of the world, as you apparently have, that this is actually a much more complex issue. And so it's not that I have a side in global warming. It's not my issue. It's just that when I hear these extravagant claims that have no empirical experiential support at all, I'm on my guard. That's all I'm saying.